how's it going? I hope you guys are doing really well. Today we have a little bit of a different video. I'm back with a little bit of commentary, and currently House of Batu have a community contest going, which is a summer splash community contest, which involves like a shell for a pool, and then like you create a house or whatnot to go with it. So I'm gonna be trying that out. I was asked if I would do this one, so we're gonna be trying it out. I've never done one of the community content like challenges or whatnot before, and this one has like a shell to it, and I do like a shell, so I'll put a picture on the screen, and I'll also link the mod.io shell in the description if you guys want to have a go at doing this yourself. There's a few different rules. I'll actually go through it quickly. So it says you got to download the shell, launch it into sandbox mode, use the shell, build a house that fits the contest theme, which is a summer splash. You're not allowed to alter the shell itself, which is the screenshot one. I'll put that on screen as well. The original pool shape must appear entire and unchanged in your final project. You're not allowed to use any third-party software or in-game cheats that directly help you with the builds, like giving access to hidden items and stuff. You're not allowed to change the size of the existing pools, but you can resize the plot, remove any items or vegetation, join the new pools to existing pools, and change the environment. And then you have to upload it with at least 5 screenshots that show off your work, and obviously put it in the Summer Splash contest thing, and then it has to be submitted by August the 31st. So yeah, we're gonna be giving this a go. I don't know how many videos I'll do on like this specifically. I do have something that I'm working on, but if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, check out some of my other builds. I do a lot of non-commentary stuff here, but for this one I thought that I would just chat a little bit, because I've already got kind of far with it. Not far, I've barely scratched the surface if I'm honest, but there we go. I've got like a shell and stuff, so yeah, I just thought I'd do like a video or two, and then I might just tour the whole thing as a video. Don't know how long this is gonna be. Hopefully I can actually get something done and not just like chit chat. But anyway, let me show you guys what I have. So if you know anything about me or my builds or whatnot, I absolutely love sort of like mid-century, modern, retro, all that kind of stuff. So the style of house I have gone for is a sort of mid-century style. I have no idea if I can make this fit the theme of a summer splash, but I'm gonna try my hardest. I've already built like loads, so I'm just gonna roll with it, and we're gonna see how it can come out and what happens. But I think I have like in mind, it's sort of like they're having a summer get together, summer party, stuff like that. So we just have like a 1-car garage, which is, you know, that's fine. But the front of the house maybe doesn't look as appealing at the moment, but it will get there. It will get there, hopefully. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to move it to the forest location because that's one of my favorite locations to build. But this is what I've got. I'll show you guys. It's kind of big at the moment. Is it a bit too big? Probably. Have I bit off more than I could chew? Probably, definitely. But yeah, so this is the front of the house. So as you come in, you've got like a little section here. There'll probably be like a painting or something up here. This is supposed to be full. Why are you not full? It's not even supposed to look like that. Wait. I find it kind of awkward to do this and talk at the same time, so excuse me for that. That's the first sort of video I'm doing like this, so I hope it ends up alright. But anyway, we've got like a little entrance place with a little thing here. There'll be a picture up there, maybe a place for you to put like your keys and stuff like that. And then in here we have like a place to hang your coats. Any furniture you see, by the way, is just dummy furniture. It's not gonna be exact or whatever. It's just so I can get a general idea of like the size of things and what I can fit in rooms. It's just how I build. And then in here is like a little toilet, and then around here is actually the living room, but I have an idea to actually swap the living room, my game's lagging, the living room with the kitchen. So originally I had the kitchen over here with a big dining table here, fit for entertaining, and then this is like a little laundry room. But I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to swap the kitchen and the living room over. The living room will become a little bit smaller, but I think that this would be better as a kitchen, because the way that I have done the outside is I've made this so it's going to be like a seating area, and there's going to be like a barbecue, you know, like a get together type thing. And rather than dragging like anything from the kitchen, you gotta go, these are gonna be like sliding doors, so you've gotta like come around, you gotta go out here, and then you gotta walk all the way down here as to like where I've decided to put this. It's a little bit awkward at the moment, so I'm gonna swap it. So I think I'm gonna put the kitchen here. It's gonna be a huge kitchen. And then the living room is actually going to go over here. So maybe that's something that I can figure out in this video as well. And then we've just got 2 seats there. And then I can have like an opening there. So it's easier just to get food out to like the barbecue area or whatnot. This is also going to be a door out onto a little deck. I've kind of made it so the whole place is going to be surrounded by a lake. I don't want to say swamp. It's not a swamp. It's a lake. Look, I don't know if it looks swampy, but yeah, it's going to be surrounded by a lake. So far I've just got this, and I've got all this stuff over here, and I'm going to continue like this sort of vibe all the way around. As for, let me finish off showing you guys the inside, what I've got so far. So this is going to be a bedroom. Again, it's just dummy furniture so I can figure out what I can fit. This is a bathroom. There is no window in here, but I don't think it would necessarily be like a problem. And then this is another bedroom. This one has an amazing view, and this one also has a walk-in wardrobe. So those 2 bedrooms will share like this bathroom, as well as it being a guest bathroom, as well as like the bathroom down there, which I think I might actually move. And then upstairs we have an office, which is here, which kind of like overhangs, and then it's got these for support. I did 3 of them. I think it will kind of work. And then over here is the master bedroom with a walk-in wardrobe and a ensuite. So that is the house in its like entirety at the moment of what I've got. I think these will be like sliding doors, which I will sort of create. I like using these as the sliding doors. I might resize them, and then all you have to do is like get rid of, should we go like there? All we have to do is get rid of these bricks, and ta-da! It's like a sliding door, a big sliding door. And then I'll do the same for this, but I might put another one in the middle, and then I'll also do it the same for this one over here. But with this one, I need to create sort of like a step down. So yeah, that is the house. That's the house. I don't know where I was going with this. It kind of just, I started building and then it got a bit out of hand. So it's a little bit big. I'm hoping that I can get it done, but is what it is. I don't want to like scrap it now, so I'm just gonna roll with it. And then we have like vegetation. This is gonna be just a little deck area. So the pool itself, this is the pool shell. As I said, I just like moved or changed the environment. I was worried about like connecting things to it. I know I said that you can connect to the pools, but I was worried about actually like physically connecting things, so I've left a gap between them. I'm hoping it won't be like too obvious as if like they're two completely separate things, but if it is, it is. I don't know. This is my first time trying anything, like anything contest wise, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I haven't changed anything. I did change the color. I was unsure if you could change the color. I asked and you can change the color, so there we go. It's not a drastic change from what it was. It's just more or less the sandstone. I really like the sandstone one, but yeah, everything is still pretty much here that was here originally. I do think I'm gonna remove the the slides and stuff. I might keep one slide. I think I might keep this slide and remove that one, or put a different slide in or something. I don't know, but I'm hoping I can sort of like meld the two together in some way. So yeah, we have like a little path down here. As I said, this is gonna turn into like a little barbecue seating area, and I think that's gonna turn into the kitchen. And then you come down here and there's just gonna be like sun lounges dotted around. They're having like a big family get together or something, you know? And they just have a big pool in the middle. I think that will be fine. I have changed the like ground like this. It's very laggy at the moment. I don't know why. Every time you do anything towards like the like ground sculpting, it tanks. It's really quite bad at the moment, so I won't do any more of that now, but I did do a little bit. But yeah, so it's surrounded by a lake, a pond, however you want to say it, but it's a little bit big. But anyway, let's get on with what I actually wanted to do in this video, and that was to share with you, or build with you, I guess. Not share with, I mean share with you and build with you, same thing, right? So yeah, I think I'm going to do, I don't know how to do that. I wanted it to be curved, but I didn't know if I wanted it to be curved that way or the other way. I did try this way, but I wasn't too sure about it. Because I mean, I could do like this actually. Does that look okay? And then what I don't need that actually. If I genuinely don't need that if I'm just gonna do it like that, right? I could, hear me out, have this as another like little vegetation spot. Let's turn off that. I think we could do that. I think that's something that we could definitely do with this little area. I wanted like cherry blossom trees because I absolutely love cherry blossom trees, and then I'm just like, oh no, that's not very summery, so I decided against that, and I put in, let me just move this. I put in this one over here, which looks kind of swampy, which is why I hope this doesn't look like a swamp, but these trees just remind me of like swamp. So there's that, and then I put a really big one over there. I think it kind of pulls it together a little bit. I did carve this up and put some grass, but we won't look at that too closely. It won't be a problem. If we don't look at it too close, it won't be a problem. We can hide it. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, I wanted to swap out the living room for the kitchen. As I said, the furniture is just dummy furniture, so it's just how I can vision sort of like what's gonna fit, how things are gonna fit, yada yada. So just because they're here doesn't mean that they're going to stay. Oh gosh, sorry. And then I think what I will actually do for that is I could still put the laundry there. It's just the chimney. Maybe originally the house had a chimney here and they decided to remove it. And then they have a chimney here instead. I think that that could work. So let me do this. I do hope you guys enjoy this video. It is a little bit different to what I normally do. I'm fully aware of that. So hopefully it's not too... I don't know. I just hope that you guys enjoy it. So let's do... So I could keep the chimney on the outside and we can just pretend... Oh, I can have this as like the kitchen. There is a... Let me know as well if you guys like this like same item stuff. I can understand how it could come in handy, but honestly, I'm really actually not a fan of it. I don't, I'm not a huge fan. So I could do something like this. And then I think we could swap that. Can we swap it? Yes. Wait. You're gonna make me do it the awkward way. There we go. Like I could have something like that, because I could even take some of this out and that could become like storage, or it could become like the hob section. I could have it so, you know, it seems like a kind of luxury house, so I could have like 2 hobs maybe. I don't know how I would make like a vent for them, but that could definitely work. That could be like a thing to as to why the chimney is still there on the outside. And what else was it? Yeah, I always do like really I can do like big houses, but I always tend to go for the same sort of thing. It's always either like a 2-bed or a 3-bed, but technically one of them's the office. I like struggle to do something that's like, you know, it has like 4 or like 5 bedrooms or stuff like that. I always struggle to do things like that. So it's like it will have quote 4 bedrooms, but technically it'll only have 3 and one will be an office, or it'll have like 2 bedrooms and one of them will be a bedroom, one of them will be an office. It's how I like always tend to do things. But this one is going to have 3 bedrooms, office, and then obviously bathroom, yada yada, and a huge kitchen. So I also need to move all of this stuff because I was considering taking this down and having sort of, let me just do this so I don't get confused. So I was thinking of having it as a sunken little area. I'd done something like this in a previous build, a few builds ago. I can't remember what one it was. I think it was like one of the neutral ones or whatnot. But I really liked it. So I'm thinking about doing something similar. Maybe not all the way. Maybe just to like here. Would that be okay? And then I could get rid of this, couldn't I? Get rid of that one and then we can have sand around the edge. Would that be right? I could get rid of that. Is that gonna be weird like that? Probably. I should probably add that back. This is like, it takes me a really, really long time sometimes. Like a really long time to try and figure something out. For now, I'll just leave it like this and Like I said, I don't know how long this video will be. I don't know how many videos I'm going to do of me doing this house, because I've already like got this far. And I just hope I can finish it in time. I think I'll actually get rid of the sand around it. I think that would actually just be better for me to do that. Then I can join that up. And then we have to put in some... I don't know if that's too deep, actually. It might be too deep. Maybe we'll go to here instead. What's that? That's 5. Can I get some steps, please? Well, what should we go for? Should we go for, like, concrete? Let's go for these ones just to see. Let's go 10. If you want them even, you're gonna have to get, like, them 5 and 5, so ignore the 10 and you do 5 and 5, and then it just makes them literally like a square each, which is how I normally tend to do my stairs, but sometimes it's annoying because I have to remove so much of the ceiling, and I don't know, it becomes a whole new thing. It becomes a whole new thing. So that's that, and then we will move. So I could have this, is that too, like, is that too down in a hole? I know we have fires now. So I was thinking it could be like a nice fire pit section. Maybe like one like this. Maybe we'll do it this side. So I can move this over here. And I can move that over. I just don't know if this seems too far down. You know what I mean? I don't know if it seems too far down. I know. For now, I'll leave it, and if I decide it's a bit too far down, then I will change it. I will change it. So that one goes there. And it means I can have the seating area actually a little bit bigger than what it is currently. So that's fine. And then the like barbecue section. And then we can have these 2 chairs. Yeah, I feel like maybe it's a little bit too deep, but it'll be okay. Do you think this should be like embedded in something that could act as a table? Maybe it needs to be bigger. I know, something like that. And then I might do like this. So that it's like sort of in something. Something like that, but obviously so we can actually get round the sides. Or maybe that would have been better. It's a bit high. Is it the same? No, it's not. Do you think that would be better? Maybe that, and then you can put like your drinks and stuff around it. Maybe. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I will figure that out. But I do want this down here. I still am just unsure if it's too deep. And then I could actually put this around the edges. Maybe let's rotate it. That might be okay. I might change it to the, like the panels like I've got there. Because I really like those. I do like those ones. And then we can just change this for now. I can go in and change it if I don't like it. That's fine. that. So that's like a little sunken. I do feel like it's maybe sunk down a little bit too much. I feel like it should maybe come up a brick or two so that it's only like 3 sunk down. But if I do decide that, I'll do that. I'll do that later or something. But this section over here now is going to be the section where we have like the barbecue and stuff. So let's remove this. Is that big enough, or should we go bigger? We'll go bigger. Okay, perfect. And then I think this will stay here. I might just... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna need to go inwards and have this connect with this. And then I'll have to have that like that. And that will be fine. And then I'll also do it like that. I can do that around the whole thing, actually. Sorry, this one needs to get rotated. No, what am I doing? Rotation. I believe it's that one. Yeah. There we go. That looks fine. That looks okay. And then I could extend this way a little bit, or I could just duplicate these because these are just like steps, and then we've got the corner bits to make them rounded. But as the things here, I really like these bits. If I can get it to fit. So I might make another step out of these. I don't think that's gonna work. Ah, it might work if I drag this all the way down to meet that one, and then I drag this all the way here. Does that look stupid? That looks stupid, right? That looks stupid. Let me ignore that for the moment. I could do a step like this. Come on, go flat. Not the kind of flat I want, whatever. Let me move. Okay, no, that's not gonna work how I wanted it to. I'm just gonna have to go for like a bog standard step, I think. Should we come out one more? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do like a bog standard step. Like that. And then just to make it a bit fancy, I guess I could add these bits on the ends. Really bugs me sometimes when they look like super different, but at a glance it'll be fine. So that's our step down into this section here, and this section is going to be the barbecue area, which I love this one. Maybe let's not have it near the stairs. Should we? I'm trying to think of somewhere where somebody couldn't hurt themselves on it, which at the moment seems impossible because we've got a ladder there. I tell you what, I'm just gonna dump it down here. Can I take the lid off? Yeah, yes, thank you. And then we did get the new, okay, it's not what I was looking for, but we could actually have this as like a little heater down here. I think that would be good. But what I was looking for was the new sort of like deck stuff. Okay, it's actually the tables. This stuff. I was thinking of this stuff. Maybe. just don't know where to position it. I feel like I've made this a bit awkward. I feel like I made it a little bit awkward. But it's okay. Yeah, maybe like something like that. Or unless I go for like a dining table out here. Unless the grill should be down there with that. I may be thinking that. I may be thinking the grill should be like down here. And then there should be the bar section down here. So obviously we want to be able to get behind it. Is that enough room? That's more than enough room. And then we have this width like that. That's more than enough room. That's enough room for people. And then we could have the grill. I don't know, you know. I'm not sure I'm liking that. Maybe close so... Maybe I could shrink the steps. See, this is my problem. I change my mind. I change my mind so frequently. Like, sometimes the builds I've posted, you wouldn't believe how many times I've changed something or decided that it was, like, not right. So this doesn't match up with that, so I could extend that one more so it matches up. This matches up with that, but I could extend it this way. Oh no, actually I quite like this sort of like vegetation section. Something like that. I could always move the chairs back. And then there's this bit here, I don't know what. I think a dining table actually. Maybe another one of those, but let's do dining table. I like the circle dining tables, but there's not any like really, really big ones. I guess we could go for like one like this. I mean, it's kind of big. It's kind of big. So I won't like choose any colors or anything in these videos because honestly, the change that they've made to the way that you select colors now, I'm really not a fan of, and it just takes me so long anyway to choose colors, so I won't put you guys through that. I won't put you through that. So we could have something like that. That's not touching. That's fine. Yeah, we could have something like that. Maybe like a little grill there. I do like this one though. I do like that orange one. And then we could have this. I guess we could have this up here. Creating some shade, or was that weird? That might be weird. I could put it this side actually. But then the fire, I feel like that's a hazard. Right? I feel like that's a hazard. So we'll have this dining table. And I'm so excited for like the Scooby-Doo update. DLC, sorry. I'm super excited for that. I don't know what chairs to go for. I really like these ones, and these ones, and these ones, and these ones here. They're like my favorite go-to chairs. I use those all the time. I think I might use these ones for the insides, or these ones for the inside actually. Because I would really like to make a really large table. So like, they like to entertain is what I'm thinking. I could do a custom table so that we don't have this gap in the middle, or I could just pull it over so it looks more like it's just a support beam, sorry. Something like that, I'm thinking. And then the table out here. Do we want comfort? Maybe we could go for these ones. Because there could be the people like spread out all over the place, you know, there could be some people chilling at the table, there could be some people chilling down there at the bar or even inside. And then obviously everyone can use the pool. And then I think for the ceiling I'll just go for like a white. I know I said I won't choose any colours, but if we can get at least the ceiling, it's progress. It's progress. I know this is going to take me so long. Yeah, all of the windows are going to have to be moved just very slightly out. Because I don't like them there. And then you can make them double paned, so it wouldn't be too bad. But something that I do want to do is I want to move the laundry and the sink and everything that I put here. I want to move it down that end, as that's now going to be the kitchen. So I don't need all this stuff here. So we could have one chair here. And we could have another sofa there. I always as well, like, it's kind of a lot of the time a given in my builds. I absolutely love making corner sofas. And just like nice comfy ones. So that'll probably, like, these will probably get swapped out for something like that, because I just love those. And then you can still, that gives you plenty of room. And then you could have just like a seating area here or something. I don't really know how to do seating areas that are just kind of like plonked in the middle. They always look a bit bizarre. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this. And I'm going to wait. How big is this one? 6. It should be 6 now, yeah. And then we can duplicate this. And then we can slide them. Wait, is that right? Yeah. We'll do 3 each. And then there's your doors. There's your doors to that like little patio area. And then we can have the TV here. It's just whether I put another fireplace. I think I might. I kind of like the idea of another fireplace. So that was the old fireplace. Now we're going to do the like new fireplace. So if we have the sofa there, let's do it from like here. Let's make it 14. Have a pretty big fireplace. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, we can do that. How long was this one? 14 as well, okay. Look at me, I'm smart. Maybe I could put it down that way a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I'll leave it like that for now. And then the laundry is the thing that I need to figure out. So I could have it here. I could have the laundry and this in the same room. Unless I have this as laundry and I don't have a little like bathroom toilet thing. There. Where's that corner piece? I had a corner piece. It's a little bit smaller than the one I had, but it could definitely still like work. It just so happens that there would be no sink. Not there. Let's not put that there. That's a bit weird. Let's do that. And then I don't know, because of like the places for your coats and stuff. Unless it's all just like one giant space. I could do that. Or I could like bring this out a little bit. Or I could put a room here, actually. Or I could put a room here. Like a little laundry space. Let's do that. I don't know how big the other one was, but let's go put this in here. Let me go grab that sink. Nope, that's a window. This is a sink. Oh gosh. So let's grab that. And then let's put this. Okay, so it would actually need to be a bit bigger for me to do that. But I could put these two side by side, and then I could put two of these. No, okay, I couldn't fit two. That would be fine though if I don't get to fit two. Just like a little laundry section. Oh, does that look stupid? I don't know if that looks good. That way this can stay as what I had it as before, which was the toilet. And let's get rid of that. That could stay as the toilet and the that. So that can stay like that. And then the kitchen is just through here. So we can have a big fridge. The counters I might change. I might go for these ones. Or should I go for wood? No, I think I might go for these ones. We'll go like more on the modern side, and then I could try and fit two of these side by side to replace that and this. So let me go in here and grab one of these. It's a little bit out, but I can adjust this. That has to stay there because of... Oh, that's going to annoy the pants out of me. See, these are an awkward size. No, wait. That is 3 and that is 3. Never mind. I think it's because I'm higher. I'm thinking it looks strange. So let me get rid of these. And yeah, so we'll do something like that. And then the fridge. I could even have like double. I could have 2. And I could try and make them look built in. I think that would look better. And then we could have some sort of like little coffee bar or something over here. Let me have a look at these pieces. I don't think it'd be that one. Should I make it go around the corner? Would that be strange? I could, oh gosh, no. What was my number 3? Number 3 is to get rid of stuff. I could have it like that. I don't know if that would look weird, this being around the corner like this. I don't know. I'll roll with it for now, and then like if I come to do another video and I've changed it, then you guys will know that I think that looked weird. We could put like bottles of wine and stuff. Maybe it could be like a little wine cooler, or maybe it could be like a little, I don't know. I feel like a little wine bar or something should be also. Where the hell is the food? Here we go. I know that's not wine. Here we go. It could be like stuff like this. So could create a sort of like little wine thing here. Something like that, and then that wall could just be like full of bits and bobs like that, and wine glasses and stuff. So that could be that. I definitely do want a breakfast bar. That's another thing that I absolutely love doing. And like any build you come across of mine, I'll probably have a breakfast bar because they're one of my absolute favorite things. If I could design my own home, 1,000,000% there would be a breakfast bar. So I could also bring this down a little bit if I had that built in, unless I had the fridges on this wall. Like I could have them here side by side. And then we have these. I think, like I said, I'm going to change the... It sucks a little bit because I'm going to have to create an extra bit here. But it should work out, I hope. Something like that. I don't know if that would be weird. I don't know if this gap is like annoying me. I could try and fill it in. Or I could just like move over this so it's not as noticeable. Compromise. Okay, and then I'll do what I like always do with these is I'll create a sort of breakfast bar with there's a few different ways you can do it. You can do it with these, you can do it with the little cube, or you can do it with a shelf, but it's actually a little bit hard with the shelf, or you can, I think you can do it with this. It just depends on how like chunky you want the countertop to be. But I personally like to create the breakfast bar with the little cubes just because I find them the easiest to do. So I'll like come up and then I'll have the top bit sit on top. And then obviously you want to come out. So what I normally do is decide no, I didn't want to move. I wanted to resize. There we go. And sometimes I don't think that that's enough, so I'll just like bring it out a little bit more, but I'll get rid of this anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But me saying this, these are not the cupboards that I actually want to use. I want to use these ones here. I hope that they have a corner piece like that. Yeah, I want to use those ones because I want to go for, I know I said I wasn't going to choose colors in this video, but I think, so we've got the front. I think what I want to do is I want to try and go for a green. I hate that we have to click on now. It's a small change, but it annoys me. It annoys me. I think we'll go for... I don't know, is that like too green? I feel like this is like too green and then this is just like too pale green. For the moment, I'll stick with this one. So it's warm green 3. And then the handles, for some reason, I always go for like the same colored handles. I always go for like gold. I don't know why I like them so much. I just do. So yeah, I think we're gonna go for a green. If I end up changing my mind, you guys will obviously see. But I'm hoping that I don't. So yeah, let's just get rid of all of these and then we can put in what we want of these ones. I think we'll go for the drawers for here. And then maybe drawers for there. And seeing as there's a cupboard there, I'll do a cupboard here. But that gap just like infuriates me. And then for the countertop, let me see how this looks. That don't look too bad. And I could do the same for like the backsplash. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into colors in these videos because I just know I'll be here for freaking ever. But yeah, I'm gonna go for those cupboards. So maybe let's go for... I always go for the drawer ones as well. Oh, we need a sink. I tell you what, the amount of times that I've done builds and I've forgotten sinks is kind of ridiculous, if I'm honest. It's stupid, the amount of times that I forgot sinks. So what do I go for? It's going to be off center, but it's okay. Then we'll go for maybe... Yeah, we'll go for this one. This one can be like trash. So that's what I've got so far. Should I go for... It doesn't really matter what we go for this because it's going to be hidden anyway. So it's not the biggest deal. So we've got something like that. And then, of course, like I said, we're going to do the whole breakfast bar thing. So it'll be like that. And then this will be like this. And then we'll drag that across. And then you just match it with the countertop. Something like that. I might change the colors. Like I may change the colors, but for now, this is what we got. And we'll just roll with it. And then obviously I've got to change all of these. But yeah, that's one thing. I don't know if I'm loving the green, honestly. So I might change that. But as for seats, I'd really like some wooden ones. Some like mid-century wood ones. I think we'll go for these ones. These are always like a go-to for me. We'll try 4. That'll do. That'll do. Almost perfect. And then I think for the floor, I like this, but I'm thinking of this. Don't know if I like it. Maybe we could do a lighter version. Oh, this one could be nice. Oh, does that look trippy? I don't know, I'll leave it at that for now. Like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth with colors, otherwise we'll spend the whole video just on colors. And then the tables though. The tables, I think I will. So I think I might change the floor color if I want the tables to be like a nice dark wood. I'm honestly, as much as I love like mid-century modern stuff, I'm not a huge fan of like a lot of wood everywhere, especially dark wood. But I think I just love the windows. It makes it look so much better. Okay, so that's sort of the kitchen, and then we've got the little area there, the washing machine and that. I think what I could do is, because we've got the double fridge, what I could do is, this could be like the coffee bar. So let me get a coffee machine out just to remind myself. This is what I mean by like dummy furniture. I've never actually used this one in its like entirety. If I've ever used it, it's always been like the smaller version. So I'm going to try that one in like the huge version for this. So we've got coffee there, we've got wine there. Maybe a bit weird, but it's okay. And then I was wondering whether to remove these two and create some sort of storage, like a pantry style thing. I could do that. Could fake it till we make it and then pull this out like that. And it could be like a little pantry. Maybe I could do that all the way around. I don't know if that would be too much. But that's an idea I might roll with and try and fine tune. And then obviously we could just make it the same. So it's just like a big pantry. I don't know if I'm loving the green, if I'm honest. And as for the like backsplash, I was thinking of just going with like classic small squares. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This. Maybe not to the ceiling, or maybe to the ceiling. Maybe I'll make them a bit bigger. And then maybe we could make them less grey. Maybe something like that. Excuse me, Countess. Yeah, maybe something like that, and then I could make this bit a bit more fancy, as it's gonna be the new bit for the oven. But I don't know, I'll figure out the whole like vent thing for the ovens a different time. And then over the top of the tables we could definitely have some fancy lights. Ooh, I'm maybe thinking this one. Or maybe two of these. I think two of these could be cool. So we go down. And then we could go like that. And resize that for the moment. We'll have one over like each. They match the chairs. I didn't actually realize that. That was unintentional, but it works. I need to come down one more. There we go. I could have something like that over the dining tables. Of course, as I said, the colours are not gonna stay like that. The colours are something that just take me the longest time, and now they've changed the way that you choose them. I feel like they're just gonna take me so much longer. The floor, I might just have like go throughout the whole house. And then we'll have like a rug. I don't know if I love this floor. I'd like a sort of pale one. I don't know if this, like a one like this, but a little bit darker or something. Like a beach. I mean, we've got yellow wood. Maybe yellow wood could work. Oh, I don't know. It makes it a little bit brighter. No, I don't like that. I think the dark floor is probably the best. You watch, I'll come to do the tour, or if I do another episode on this, I will have completely changed. I will have completely changed what I wanted the floor to look like. Okay, so we've got that. The kitchen is pretty much, you know, the base of the kitchen is there. That's fine. I'll leave that like that for now. And then this is just going to be a you know, just like a section where you come in, you just come in. I don't know what I'm actually honestly getting at, so that's great. But there's going to be a big photo, big picture or something. I don't know what picture I'm going to use. I like to use a lot of the custom ones, so I think I'll figure something out like that. But something like that. And then as I had these two here, I don't think I will use these two. Maybe I could just have it like something like that instead. And we can push it into the wall a little bit. Maybe I could, or maybe I could like fake it with bricks. Or one of the things that I really like to use is these. I like to use these a lot. So I don't know, I might use these instead. Because I could double them up. Have it as a little bit of a bigger sideboard. Side table, entrance, what have you. Something like that, possibly. I don't know. I know, again, that's something that I'll figure out, but that's pretty much the base of what I want that to be. I might, in my yellow house, if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go watch it. But I did something with the glass walls, which I really liked. It took a bit of time because I had to move them like one by one to get them doubled up. But I did something like this, and I'm wondering whether to do something like that with this bit as well. It's just a bit different because there's a gap at the top. Unless I make them a little bit bigger. Or unless I make these ones misshapen. We have like misshapen ones. I think that could be cool. So maybe we could alternate. I might have to change the size, but we could alternate. From, yeah. So that one would come down, that one would come down, that would go there, that would go there. We could do something like that. I don't mind that. That looks absolutely fine by me. Let me do that one. Yeah, we could do something like that. And then I will double it so that I can make it look a bit more 3D. So it just involves having to move them all to the edge until they just poke out like that, which is a little bit annoying. And then doing the same on the other side. Like that. But it'll be fine. And then I think I'll just make them white like I did with the other one. If I want to change them, I could change them to a different color, but I think white would be good. And then the living room, as I mentioned, I always like to go for corner sofas, so that's definitely something that I am going to try and make here. Maybe like this. I'll probably have to bring it out because it's a bit too close. Maybe like that. Maybe have like 2 of these. Because I like to sink them into each other as well. Just until like you can't see the bits and bobs. Or something like that. And then we could always drag this one here. And then shrink it in so that bit. And then we can put some stuff there. Or I could get rid of that one. Put this one in. Oh. lagging. And then, so that's that. And then I do like these, but I could swap that out for something like this. And maybe not that. Maybe I could swap it out actually for something like this instead. It's probably a bit close. I'll fine tune this the same as I'm gonna like fine tune everything else. But something like that, like a nice big sitting area with the TV probably above the fireplace. So I might do it as that's like a double wall. I might do it just so it's like a huge... Oh, okay, no, we won't go that far. We won't go that far. But what I could do is I could use these. Oh, if only it was a bit... I guess I could do one brick either side. We could do something like that. Again, I'll fine tune it, but general idea, that is what I'm gonna roll with, and then we'll have a big rug. One of my favorite ones to use is this one. I love these three. I just wish that these two come in bigger sizes. It would be cool if we could resize them, but I don't know if resizing rugs like this would be difficult. But something like that, roughly. And then the only other thing is this section has no windows. Not like this section, because this was originally going to be the living room. That's why it had windows. But we can definitely add some. Oh my god, that's perfect. That's like perfect. It's like it was made to be. It's like it was made to be a window. I think that looks okay. And then I could do what I did in the yellow house and make them slanted. Let's do that. Do that, and then do this. I just don't know how much to bring it down by. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what 3 looks like. Yeah, and then you do the opposite one the same. I might change the windows themselves to have a few more. So that one's 3, so 1, 2, 3. Have them go up like that. Or you can switch it. And have them both go up. I don't know. I kind of like it that way. Again, I'll figure this out. I will figure this out. Something I do want is I just want to grab this and just some random pots. Random bits like that. And put this out by the front door. Something like this. Might choose something a little bit taller actually. Or maybe just like bring these up. Something like that. And make them look a little bit more bushy. But yeah, so that's pretty much how far I've got with it so far. So we've got the general idea of the kitchen. We've swapped the kitchen with the living room over. General idea of the fireplace. I've still got the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the upstairs, the office, obviously the whole outside area as well. I think I've kind of melded them together okay. I was just worried about like making anything physically touch it. But yeah, I think that what we've got is okay so far. So it's like you can walk down here and you can lounge on these. Or you can come around here and you can lounge on these ones. And so on. And then this is just going to be like a little deck area. I might have some of these, hence why they're here. Some like stuff like that. But yeah, I think what I will do is I will leave this video here. I think it's about an hour. So this is all I've managed to get done in that time, so I don't know if that gives you any perspective as to sometimes how long it takes me to do some of my builds, especially some of like this. I mean, this place is huge. I definitely got a little bit too carried away with this, but I think it's pretty cool. I may very well, as I said, bring this up another 2 levels, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay the way that it is. Got like a little bar there, a grill there. I might do 2 of these. It'd be cool if we could switch that to the other side so I could have them like side by side. Having it next to the stairs probably isn't the best idea, but if you're having a lot of friends over, I guess that could work actually. That would be fine. And then this is obviously like a little bar area, seating area with a fire pit, as well as that to keep warm in the evening. This is going to be like this area over here, all like foliaged up, and I'm going to continue that like all the way around. Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of stuff. I'm just hoping that I don't make it crash with the amount of stuff that I want to try and put into it. I'm going to put some details, but maybe not as many details as I like to put into my like custom builds and stuff like that, because I don't know if I'll be able to. I mean, entry date is the 31st of August, so I've still got a little bit of time. I'm just hoping that I can finish this along with the other stuff that I am working on. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let me know in the comments what you think of this so far. Let me know if you like it. I'm loving it. It's just very big. So yeah, the theme, if you know, you know, mid-century modern is absolutely one of my favorite things to do, and this is just going to be, the house is going to be based off of that, and then they're going to be having like a pool party get together. I'm going to make sure that to drive home the whole like summer splash get together party whatnot, I'm going to put in lots of food and bits and bobs like burgers on plates and stuff like that. So I think that that is going to be what fits the theme more than necessarily the build itself, but we're rolling with it. I'm liking what I've got so far. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you have not already. Check out some of my other builds. I really do appreciate all and any other support you guys can give the videos. It means a lot when you guys say that you like the videos and stuff like that, and the builds that I do. It's really, really nice, and I love hearing it. If there's ever anything that you don't like about any of the builds that I do, let me know that as well. Like, I don't mind if you don't like something. Let me know if you like something. Let me know, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I may come back for another video for this. If not, then I will probably just show you guys a tour when I'm done. But I wanted to try and do just a little video on it. We didn't get much done, but we got some done. I got general idea and general stuff to keep going with. So yeah, just thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like button, subscribe. Don't forget to check out some of my other builds and everything like that, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.